What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Blazers Uprise postgame show powered by BetUS. Today, the Portland Trail Blazers had their best first half of the season, scoring a season-high 75 first-half points on a whopping 67.4% field goal percentage. The Blazers were up 33 points at halftime, and they hang on to win 119-100 against an awful, terrible New Orleans Pelicans team that saw Zion Williamson return yesterday. He was not there today for them. Blazers get the win. Shaden Sharp, huge first half. Deni Avdija, a huge game. And this is going to be a fun one to break down. We're also going to give away some stuff. All right, we're going to do some giveaway wheel stuff. All right, and for those of you for the Christmas giveaway, I'm shipping out your items very shortly. A couple of you took your time giving me your addresses, but for those of you with pending giveaway items, I will touch base with you over the next couple of days and get that out to you. I'm excited to bring the wheel back out, and I'm excited for this post-game show as the Blazers get one of their most dominant wins of the season. I don't really remember a win more dominant than this. Every win feels close for the Blazers. Really good game. Eric, how's it going, man?
Oh, pretty good. Before we start, just want to give a shout out to Rich and everyone in LA. Hope everyone's okay and situation improves down there because it's a scary situation down there with the fires. And hope everyone's okay. I just want to say hi to Rich. He had to evacuate today. So, yeah, hope everyone's okay.
Yeah, our thoughts are with you if you're down there in the LA area. Absolutely sucks to see that happening. Crazy that it's happening in January, man. I mean, wildfires seem to be year-round down there, unfortunately. So our well wishes are with Rich and any of you struggling with that, suffering from that. But this game, Eric.
But this game was awesome, man.
Hopefully this game lightened that a little bit for the Blazer fans down there, man. Because this game was maybe the most fun. At least that first half was the most fun half of the year.
Blazers would maybe be right up there with the Cavs if they got to play New Orleans every game, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is the second half wasn't even good, and it doesn't even matter. That's how good that first half was. The Blazers 75 points in the first half, 44 in the second half.
I think they have 40 in the first quarter and only 44 in both quarters in the second half.
Yeah. This game was like the typical game where the Blazers build a huge lead and then choke it, but they built such a huge lead. New Orleans is so bad they still won by 19. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it never really got closer than 19. It felt like it was closer than it was, but
yeah,
that's about as close as they got, I think, was 19.
Yeah. Interested to see the second half shooting numbers there, but that first half was something else. So Blazers start off in the game. Shaden Sharp, 21 first half points for the Blazers, 8 for 10 from the field. All right, and there's going to be a two-sided conversation to Shaden Sharp tonight. All right, on one side, love the way he performed after playing a whopping 43 minutes last game. We were talking about how that was a heavy load, and he came out in this one and started 8 for 10 from the field in the first half, made threes, looked phenomenal. He's finally starting to see some consistency, which is really, really good. But also, this game was like the tale of two halves because he scored 21 first half points. How many points did Shaden Sharp finish with? 21. And after going 8 for 10 in the first half, Sharp, in his first 8 minutes of the second half, doesn't attempt a single field goal and only attempts 3 shots in the second half. Played 33 minutes, so he played 15 minutes there in the second half and only attempted 3 shots. So, on one hand, it's phenomenal first half, looked really, really good. And then on the other hand, we get to continue having these conversations about Chanty billups because I'm baffled as to how you can have a dude go off for 21 in the first half, 8 for 10 shooting, and then you can't get him a single look for 8 minutes to start the second half. And then also, like, man, Sharp, like, you're 8 for 10. Like, keep asserting yourself because I love what we saw in the first half. And then, you know, due to I don't know how much to put on Chanty and how much to put on Sharp. I mean, they were up 33, so, like, I'm not going to give Sharp any crap for not doing anything in the second half. The first half was enough. The first half was phenomenal. Just like, man, it's always these things with Sharp where he'll torch a team for a half and then seemingly can't even get shots in another half, and it just baffles me, Eric.
Tori, why are you being so negative? We won by 19. Come on. No,
I'm so negative because I want Sharp to score 40. Give me a 40 piece. But I mean, I think it's a legitimate question. It's not even a negative thing, Eric. Like, okay, it's negative towards Chauncey. How do you have a dude score 21 in the first half, 8 for 10, and then you can't get him a single look for the first 8 minutes of the second half? I'm just confused.
Sorry, I'm pretty sure he didn't even touch the ball outside of an inbounds pass on a made basket until like 2.5 minutes into the quarter. Like,
Yeah.
It's just, I was sitting there thinking, like, this is not on Sharp, right? And I was like, dude, someone went 8 for 10 in the first half, has 21 points. Run a freaking play for him, like the first play out of the break, or at least one of the first few possessions, right? Like, do something to get him the ball and get him back into flow. Like, you're just purposely disrupting the flow of the player playing awesome. Like, it makes no sense to me. And then as the game went on, I was like, okay, like, weird game. We're up by a lot, just protecting the lead, whatever. But then right before we went live, Tori, I heard this guy, Chauncey Billups, speak. He was asked directly about the second half of Shaden Sharp. And this guy was like, oh, Sharp was good in both halves. Yeah, I just thought everyone played within the flow of the offense. And, I didn't think he was being or lacking aggression in the second half. It was just, we were just moving the ball around and it just didn't go to him very often and stuff like that. It's like, dude, what are you talking about, dude? Like, this is why you suck as a coach, dude. Like, you don't know what you're doing. You just, it came across as someone who just got lucky that his team shot well tonight and had no, like, game plan or anything. Like, it's stupid, man. And I have no faith that, like, these guys can still be good. I mean, they're good players. They all work hard. The work ethic, is good from what we hear on all these guys that we need to develop, right? Even like Scoot and Sharp and Klingon, all those guys that we have questions about. Like, I don't think it's because of a lack of work ethic or anything like that with those guys. So my thing is, how can we expect them to reach levels or reach the next tier if their coach is holding them back? And it's aggravating, man. It's tough, and I find myself wondering what some of these guys could be if they had someone who knew how to get them easier buckets or drop a play for them when they're on fire, to not just go one-on-one, or, okay, we'll just wait till you touch the ball at some point. Like, I don't get it, Tori.
Yeah, no, I don't get it either. I mean, Sharp just kind of gets stuck in the corner spotting up, and, other guys can do things with the ball, so that's great. But, man, like, work him into the offense as a coaching staff after he has a great first half. It just seems very self-explanatory for this guy that, get him off a curl. Just get him something where he can get a look. And you don't do that for 8. You can't, like, I understand, okay, yeah, the offense is flowing, right? We don't want to just, like, ISO all through one guy. But it's 8 minutes he doesn't shoot. 8 minutes he doesn't have a field goal attempt in the second half after having 21 in the first half. Like, 8 whole minutes is a long time. A long time. 15 minutes, only 3 shots. And it was basically like he had to go force a look, Now, there was some small element to this where it's like, we talk about Sharp needing to be more aggressive, and for the most part, he has been more aggressive lately, and it's the nuanced conversation of like, okay, how do you be more aggressive without shooting bad shots, right? He's had some games where he struggled from 3 and shot some difficult three-point looks, so to say, and it's like, okay, do you really want him shooting some of those difficult three-point looks when his shot's not really falling? But at the end of the day, I want him to have the mindset like he's going to go out there and put 40 on the team after he has 20 in the first half. I want him to have the mindset coming out in the second half where like he's gonna bury this team. It just feels like every now and then he'll just willingly take a back seat. And I think a huge part of it is Chauncey not designing anything for him and kind of putting him in the corner. But there's enough times where we're not even in a set where I just want him to go demand the ball and just try, like, make something happen off the dribble when he hasn't touched the ball for a while. And, if he doesn't get a shot for 4 or 5 minutes and he goes and tries to force something and gets a bad shot, like, I kind of like that. I kind of like that he finally says, screw it. I was on fire in the first half. I'm going to go try and get another bucket. I'm going to go try and build upon what I did in the first half, and that's where I just want Sharp to just go hunt his shot a little bit more when he's hot already. I think the shots that I've maybe had a problem with, and there aren't many this year, but in this kind of general thing applies to pretty much all players, right? When you're not making shots, when you're cold, that's when you dial it back a little bit. But when you're hot, when you're 8 for 10, that's when you keep hunting your shot until your rhythm falls off, Like we hear about heat checks, right? Heat checks. They're a thing. We saw Dame shoot plenty of them. We see Anthony Simon shoot plenty of them, right? So when you're 8 for 10 Sharp, like, I'm not going to complain about anything you shoot unless you're pulling up from half for shooting a 30-foot fadeaway, right? Like, go hunt your shot, man. You're on fire in that first half. Like, there's enough sets where the Blazers aren't running crap because it's a Chauncey Billups offense. Like, go get the ball and just go try and make something happen. I don't even care. You're 8 for 10. So that's when I want to see Sharp be even more aggressive, is when he really has it going. But at the end of the day, as a coaching staff, you got to be able to get that man some looks. You got to be able to utilize him, and to come in the post-game press conference as Chauncey Billups and say, yeah, he played good in the second half. We were in the flow. Bro, he didn't have a point or an assist or a rebound in the second half in 15 minutes. Like, dude was just out there doing cardio. So that's just, it's all about the ascension to stardom with Sharp, and it's just frustrating to me how he'll look like a star one half and then he's a complete afterthought and almost invisible in the second half, because I want to see this dude look like a star for 2 halves. Like, I want to see if this dude is featured like he should be, like Chauncey fails to feature him. I want to see what he can do game in, game out, because he's starting to really put together a really nice stretch. He's had a couple bad games, but he's bounced back quicker than he has in the past. He played 43 minutes last game. That didn't seem to affect him tonight. Maybe that's what affected him in the second half. I don't know. But in the first half, he came out firing, and I loved it. So just I do think under a better coach, you would see less of him disappearing, because that coach, if it's a better coach than Chauncey Billups, which isn't saying a lot, would find ways to keep him engaged in the offense, would find ways to keep him getting clean shots in the half-court offense, and Chauncey just fails to do that. So,
yeah, and I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of his shots in the first half were just self-created. He had a couple rebounds that he took coast to coast. He had the 3 at the buzzer. He has what's a fadeaway shot from behind the free throw line that's like an incredibly difficult shot.
Yep.
He just happens to make it. Like I don't feel like they ran a set for him in the first half either. He just happened to make the most of the opportunities he had, and so that's frustrating. And we also have seen the data, and Chauncey has talked about this data, about how efficient he has been in the pick and roll. Yeah. Are we running enough pick and roll with him? Like, I don't feel like we're doing hardly any pick and rolls with him, right? Yeah. And so, like, why would you not do that? Maybe, this game you get up by a lot and you're saving it for another game, but it would be different. And this leads into my second point for those, like, that will come in here and say, like, why are you harping on this? We won by 19 or whatever. Mm-hmm. We've been very critical of this with multiple players on this team throughout the season, and under Chauncey Billups, he doesn't seem to know how to generate shots for people or get people going. And it's just like, oh, this person came out and made shots this game, or this person did or didn't. It's like, I want it to be a case where, oh, wow, look at them trying to get Sharp going. and he delivered for him. It's not just, oh well, he finally got aggressive and made some shots. Like I'd rather it be the first rather than the second part of that. So I really, I mean, against New Orleans, it's missing half their team. It's fine, but like if we want to make that ascension, just like we talked about with Sharp individually, if we want to make that ascension as a team eventually too, you can't just run a basic offense and hope your guys bail you out with making these type of shots. You have to run some sort of structure to get them going, and then when they do get going, the defense ratchets up the pressure and focuses on the guy who's hot. You have to find a way to either take advantage of that situation, like we talked about last game when Anthony's cooking and we didn't find a way to get anyone else an easy bucket outside of one DeAndre Ayton play. And this game, Sharp starts cooking. Like, what are you doing to either get him to continue to cook or to use that to your advantage to get other guys to cook? And the second half was a failure in that regard, in my opinion. Good that we kept the lead or had a big enough lead so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be something the rest of the season. If Chauncey has any sort of like thing he needs to focus the most on the rest of the season, I think it's that he needs to find a better way to get his guys better shots and within the flow of the offense, not just hoping these guys make a play for him.
Yeah, especially Shaden Sharp. That's the number one guy. And I'm not even viewing this conversation in the lens of like, what would it be smart for Chauncey to do as the head coach of this team to be a good coach? I don't really care about Chauncey's end of this, like he should be gone after the season, right? I care about it from the frame of what's best for Sharp's development. What's best for Shaden Sharp going forward? And there's just so many times where I wonder, like, man, this dude's scoring in isolation like this, right? And he could be such a lethal off-ball weapon on top of that. With, backdoor cuts, lobs, you get him going towards the rim, and he can really finish, right? He's really good off curls. And then he's been really good in the pick and roll this year. It's like, if you ran more of that stuff on top of some of this creation that he's doing, and you consistently got him situations to score throughout a game, how many points per game could he average right now? And how efficient would he be on it? Because I just feel like, he's taken a bit of a step this year, and he's been more consistent lately. It just feels like it could be better under a different coach, and that's where I get a little frustrated despite the 19-point win. Is like, man, I feel like we should have seen Shaden Sharp score 35 tonight, and I just, this is a problem in other games too. If it was just a one-game thing, like, all right, I wouldn't complain that much, but this has just consistently been a problem, and we saw it in this game despite a massive blowout win. Yeah, like, you got to find ways to get him going a little bit more, just because I want to see him, like, fully assert himself as that guy, as that, future star, and he's having all these bright flashes right now. He had 8 assists last game, almost had a triple-double, 8 rebounds with his 20 points against the Pistons, and then in this game, 21 points in the first half, and I'm sitting there at halftime like, man, could he score 40 today? And it's like, dude, he can't even score a single point in the second half. So, yeah, that's it for the Shaden Sharp conversation. I don't really have much more to say. Is there anything else you wanna touch upon with that?
Well, Elizabeth Allen in chat says, in LaMelo's rookie year, no one had to set up plays for him when he's hot for him to get his. This is the type of game at every category for a developing player who's supposed to be the future guy.
I mean, LaMelo has some of the most irrational confidence of any player I've ever seen. Well,
but they also were, like, super pick and roll heavy. Like, he runs a ton of pick and roll. Like, if Sharp was... I mean, I just talked about it. He's very efficient in the pick and roll and is showing an ability to pass out of it too. So like I would want to see him get the same opportunities that LaMelo got and just see how that looks for like a quarter in game, especially coming out in the third quarter in this game. Like, let him run the show and see how many he can score. And honestly, Tori, I think we can all agree we want to see Sharp score like 40 in a game. Like, we want to see him like have an awesome game. And we're kind of, it seems like every time he has a good half like this, it's like he does nothing or very little in the other half.
Yeah.
And so like it goes from like, 21 to, not scoring even 30 points in a game a lot. So I really want to see Sharp just have that. I mean, he's had some awesome games, some breakout games, but I want to have him have that like one game where it's just like, oh my God, he just scored 40 points. Like we're on our way now, and like, I'm not saying that's like crucial or anything to this process, but like, it would just be really cool, in my opinion, to see him have that type of game and just see another player other than Anthony Simons have that type of a game right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, it's about Cronin's word of choice heading into the season. It's about clarity. I think the clarity that I want is, what is Shaden Sharp if he's fully maximized right now? How good is Shaden Sharp if he's fully maximized right now? And we see these flashes, and it always feels like the other half, like you said, is just, he's going to sit in the corner. Nothing's going to be ran for him, and he's going to have a very quiet half. And it's just like, man, all right, what if you did run stuff for him in the second half? What if you really tried to feature him in the second half and really keep it going? That's what I want to see. I want to see Shaden Sharp fully maximized. He's going to have games where he struggles within that, but his development is very crucial for this team, and maximizing him should be one of the top priorities. And that's why I get frustrated in a game like this, because that is just an afterthought in that second half. And then Chanty just like, oh yeah, he played fine in the second half. No points, no boards, no assists in 15 minutes. Like, all right, man. So, but
it was awesome in the first half, though. Like, he was awesome, man.
Yeah, it's the step back mid range stuff is kind of unguardable right now. He's moving sharper, especially on some of these dribble moves. Like, his handle on some of these moves looks good. Coming into the league, he was really struggling with his ball handling, and that just seems to be really tightening up. And then he's gotten to the rim a little bit more, and I feel like he's driving stronger when he can turn the corner. And he's finishing a lot better at the rim this year than he did last year. Like, his finishing has taken a massive, massive jump.
Yeah.
The 3-point shot, we've talked about it, right? He's 4 for 7 today, so he's probably above 30% from 3 now on the season, right? He has some really good shooting games, and then he has some games where he'll 1 for 8, 1 for 7, so it's just trying to find consistency there. But it's like, every time he's hitting threes, he has like a star-like half. If he can have a half where he hits a couple threes and get going off of those, then he'll have like really, really big halves. And then he has the halves where he disappears, and then like when he does struggle offensively, I feel like most of the time it's because he's missing threes. So it's like, all right, if he starts making threes more consistently, and you consistently run stuff for him and maximize him, then that's when you're going to see like a massive jump. And that's when you're going to see him go from averaging like 18 points per game right now to 24. And that's the hope, is next year under a different coach, that's what you see.
Yeah. And he's finding a way to get downhill without necessarily doing it in ISO situations. I really like when he grabs that ball off the rebound and takes it, and then he seems to turn that corner, and then he's unstoppable, I feel like, once he turns that corner. And it's nice to see his aggression in that. But that's just him making a play, in my opinion. And it's good to see, of course. But like I said, why not exploit that in the pick and roll more? Like, where he gets a screen and can turn the corner on a screen, and he can showcase his passing if he gets double teamed, or if the big plays, hedges the screen or whatever, or he can get around that guy and put on a show. Like, I just want to see him be involved more.
Yep. I'm gonna bow out for about 10 minutes.
All
Feel
right.
free to talk about Simons, Aiden, Kamara, whoever. Just save the talk on Deni, because there's definitely things I want to say in his regard. But yeah, I'll be
He's
back.
going to be the player of the game, looks like.
He's going to be the player of the game. I got a graphic cooked up for him. He wins the player of the game vote, 62% of 165 votes. 30% for Sharp, 3% for Ant, 5% for Kamara. Both those guys played well though. But yeah, I'll be back in about
All right.
10.
Have a good dinner.
Yeah, I haven't eaten all day, chat, and it's really tough when games start. This is why I don't like the early tip-off times. Games start at 5. I work until 5, and then games start, and it's like,
Tori, you
tough.
could have dinner during the game.
My girlfriend doesn't get home till 5:30, 5:45, and then we cook dinner, and then it's middle of post-game show, and
we cooked dinner.
Starting to get hangry.
We cooked dinner.
I cooked baked potatoes last night, bro.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I cooked some baked potatoes. One was really good, and I was proud of myself, and one was like really hard and disgusting. So I don't know what the hell happened. My baked potatoes are
you have a 50% rate.
My baked potatoes are as inconsistent as Shaden Sharp was tonight, I guess.
So, all right. I gotta ask though. What did you do? You just put them in the oven for
No. I washed them, of course.
Okay.
I rubbed them with some olive oil.
All right.
I took some kosher salt, put some Yeah. See, that's a
Did
kosher
you wrap them in tinfoil or anything?
No. I put aluminum foil on the pan. Kosher salt. Poked them with the fork like you're supposed to do, and then I, after I was done, put on the bacon bits with the sour cream, with the Tillamook cheddar cheese, with some butter. Yeah, it was. I was proud of myself. All right, I'm growing.
All right.
It's 2025.
Yeah.
It's the time for growth, man.
I mean, that's a huge step for you, right? Yeah.
Baked potatoes, huge step.
Shout out to your girlfriend for expanding your horizons.
She didn't I taught myself that.
Well, I know, but you could have taught yourself that at any point in your life, right? But
it's
never
nice
did.
to have. You
have a reason to do it now, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at where I'm at. Things have changed, So, it's better. I got a nice kitchen now to use and utilize.
So what are you gonna eat tonight?
She cooked some mac and cheese with bacon. We're using the bacon bits, all right? We got bacon bits on some mac and cheese, man. And I'm not saying no to that right now, so you can have fun talking about Tamani and whoever except Deni, and I'm going to go eat this mac and cheese.
All right, sounds good.
Goodbye.
All right. So horror director says, my wife is like, why do you donate so much to these guys? I bet they don't know who you are if you're not donating. I rolled my eyes. Tori and Eric love me, especially Eric. Yeah, dude. We talk about multiple people, like pretty much everyone who chats we mention at some point. So yeah, it's not just because you donate. We appreciate the donations, but that's not a requirement for knowing who you are. And speaking of that, Smog had a member message, his 4-year member message. Thanks a lot, Smog. Man, imagine if our young guys got prioritized, he says. Yeah. I mean, I feel like they are somewhat being prioritized just in terms of getting on the court right now. But, like we talked about, it feels like he's just throwing them on the court. He's not really helping them succeed while they're on there. But yeah, it's frustrating. My dog is slurping up the water. Sorry for the background noise. AJ has a question regarding Sharp. Do you notice anything that might lead to his inconsistency from three? I've noticed he doesn't jump much on his shot. Yeah, I mean, one of the main things in my mind is his feet are always kind of different each time. He never seems to do the same thing when he jumps or how they're planted or whatever. So I think that's one thing I notice. Also, I mean, he does take a lot of contested ones or step back ones, things like that. Yeah. Oh man. See, horror director, man. Now you're gonna get me going. He says, can we talk about your hats for a bit? I mean, we have so many bitter losses, but your hat's always on point. Yeah, I mean, I've just accumulated a few Blazer hats. over the years. But I need to correct you. I am not bald. So don't call me a fellow bald man. Nothing against bald people, but I am not bald. I cut my hair really short because I like to not have to deal with it. But I am not bald. I have hair. It's really short right now, but I think chat can back me up without having to show it. But I mean, I'll show it. I'll show it. But it looks bald kind of because yeah, see. Okay, so prove it, grow it out. Okay, I did do that. I did do it. All right. During COVID, I grew it out really long. I I had really long hair. I had to comb it every day. It was annoying, but I did it for you guys and I showed it off. And so go look back at old streams. Really long for me, sorry. Yeah. No, it's not. Oh. Man, you guys are gonna make me grow out my hair again. I freaking hate it because like I have to wake up super early. I just no, I can't stand it long. And also I give myself free haircut, so it's easier to just cut it short. That way I don't have to pay for it. All right. No, I'm not gonna corn roll it, Christopher. Gosh, you guys. All right, Tamani tonight I thought was fantastic, especially on defense. Just really awesome game from him. 15 points, 4 of 8 shooting. Only 1 of 4 from 3. Obviously, you'd like him to shoot better from there, but got to the free throw line 6 times. I thought he was aggressive in the right moments without trying to force it too much. Also had some really nice passes. A couple times he got in the short roll and had some kickouts to Deni for 3, which I thought were really good. So just really another solid game for Tamani. He's been stringing together several of those. Let me just look. When was the last time he had a bad game? Yeah, so last 5 games, 15, 12, 15, 18, 12 points. He didn't rebound great tonight, but he's been rebounding well overall. Yeah, so really good stretch of games from Tamani. He's been pretty good almost the whole year. He's had a couple of stretches where he struggled a little bit, but he's been bringing it on the defensive end no matter what. I thought he was fantastic and a big reason why our defense was really good in the first half. And then DeAndre Ayton, he had 11 and 13 tonight. 3 assists is good for him. Shot 2 free throws. I think they said on the broadcast he has like 32 free throws now on the year. Yeah. So, yeah. It was all right. He was okay. Didn't really mess up. Had some good lob dunks. I wish he would roll more so we can just keep doing that. Yeah. Henry McBride asks, what do you think is a reasonable contract to give to Monty after his rookie deal expires? I think they still have him for 2 more years for cheap, or it might be the situation where they have to decide whether he's a restricted free agent after next year or not. I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, a little bit's going to be judging how this next year or two goes with the CBA in terms of those type of players, how much they're getting, what the market is. But yeah, like Tori said in chat, about 15 million a year is probably probably about right. Horror director did make a donation against his wife's well wishes. He donates $20, and yeah, I would have never even noticed you in stream if you didn't donate, man. That's crazy. Um, he says this is why I love Blazers Uprise. Oh well, it's the non-basketball conversations. Yeah, we can talk non-basketball all day, but we do have to talk about the game a little bit. But appreciate everyone, especially the people who are like in here almost every game or consistently. You know, it's always cool to see you guys in chat. So yeah, I thought Anthony was awesome in this game too. A lot of great performances in this one. I felt like he was just really solid the whole game. No turnovers. I thought he deferred at times when people like Sharp were going in the first half. Avdija was going in the second half, and or Avdija both halves, I guess. But he also did his thing and made some shots. He didn't score 20. He had a streak going, I think 5 straight going to this one with 20 points or more. So that streak ends, but I mean, you'll take 7-11 shooting for him with no turnovers. Just thought he really did well. I think he took, in the second half, he took like one bad 3 from the far sideline with like 2 guys on him. Might have been towards the end of the shot clock. I don't remember, but that was the only shot that I thought he kind of forced in this one too. But I thought he did a really good job of just playing within the flow of the offense. His defense wasn't an issue this game like it has been in other games. But I really think it's probably been about 10 games or so now that he's just been playing really well. And I don't know if it's to up his trade value or if we're going to end up keeping him for now or what's going to happen there. But
who are you talking about?
Anthony Simons.
Yeah.
But I think he had a really solid just overall game of not doing too much, but doing the most when he had chances to score.
Yeah, I got some thoughts.
Your mic is kind of weird.
Is it? I was messing with
like
my
staticky.
Is it staticky? Is this better?
No.
Hello? Chat, am I good to you? Or is it on Eric's end?
It's crackly.
Alright, I'll try and fix it. I don't know what happened, but I'll unplug and plug it back in, I guess. Hold on.
Christopher wants to know if you put ketchup on your mac and cheese.
Is this better now?
No. I don't know. Some people are saying it's fine. Some people aren't.
I don't understand why there'd be an issue.
Is your phone near it or something?
Actually, yes.
There it goes. Yeah, you're good now. Yep.
Weird, man. I don't know why. Okay, interesting. I put my phone right beneath my mic before, and it hasn't been an issue, so I don't know what happened. But
well, it hasn't the fats, yeah. But no, that's good now. Yeah,
dude, I put ketchup on everything, but I don't put it on my mac and cheese. No. We had bacon bits, and you also want to know what's really good in the mac and cheese that I don't think people are going to agree with. I think this might be a hot take. Peas.
You put ketchup on peas?
No, not ketchup on peas. I had peas in my mac and cheese. With my bacon bits. Yes. It was good. I like vegetables. I'm a vegetable eater.
If you think ketchup is spicy.
No. That's insulting that you'd even ask me that type of question.
Did you? Melchi asked if you put ketchup on your baked potato.
What is wrong with y'all? Is this what you guys do?
Technically, it's a potato. I don't like. It's like, how's that different than French fries? Really, I guess.
Well, you wouldn't put sour cream with fries. Like, that would taste bad, right? It's just different. You know, French fries are supposed to be crispy. Baked potatoes are supposed to be soft on the inside, and then the peel is supposed to be crispy. I guess I'm going to learn how to cook so I can teach you guys how to make food where you don't have to put ketchup with your peas or ketchup with your baked potatoes or whatever the hell you guys are doing out there, man, because Sounds like
I think they just wanted to make fun of you if you did it.
Nah, man. I think this is what they do.
Like Patrick Mahomes.
I think these
Steak
people
and his
sit
ketchup.
here watching the Blazers Uprise postgame show with a bowl of peas with ketchup, and it's like a soup. That's what I think they do. That's why I think of chat. That sounds like a good dare to have Eric do.
Ketchup on what?
Just a bowl with ketchup and peas.
Okay. Fun. Man, that should be our next picks against the spread bet.
That's a good one. Dude, I'm losing every single one to you. I'm 0-3. I'm 0-3. I have to eat some sour candy on stream. Like, really sour candy. All right? And then I got to eat a freaking candy necklace on stream at some point this year. So, yeah, maybe I'll do it all. A sour candy necklace. Is there a sour candy necklace? I don't know. But, yeah, we're just taking L's over here. But, nah, the mac and cheese was really good. And then shout out to Horror Director for that donation. Well, you know, he said he likes the non-basketball conversations. We'll go more off the rails when this team truly starts tanking.
Yeah.
After the trade deadline, you know, we'll take things off the rails a little bit. I'll teach you guys how to cook without having to put ketchup on everything. But as far as Ant goes, I fully believe. Do I fully believe this? Maybe I 80% believe this. All right. I think it's very likely that unless the Blazers draft a guard, Anthony Simons will be here at the start of next season.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think it's very likely that he's here at the start of next season, unless the Blazers draft a Dylan Harper or Jakob Jonas. I think Scoot has shown some improvement, especially with his pace. He's still inconsistent, but I think his passing/decision-making has gotten a little bit better. I think his defense has gotten better. Efficiency inside the arc, finishing has gotten better. But I don't think it's gotten better enough where they are ready to move on from Ant to play Scoot 32 to 35 minutes a game.
Yeah.
I think it's more likely that they remain patient and kick that can down the road until Scoot forces their hand or their draft pick this upcoming season forces their hand.
Yeah, agreed.
So, but like if you get the number 2 pick and Cooper Flag goes number 1, you have to draft Dylan Harper. Some people will disagree with that, but I think he's by far and away the best player on the board at 2. You can't say no to Dylan Harper because you have Scoot or Anthony Simons. I think he'll end up being better than all of them. You got to take him, and then at that point, it's like, how do you even make that work with keeping all 3 of Simons, Sharp, and Scoot on the team? I don't think you can. You got to trade one of them.
That static is back.
My phone's not even by my mic, man.
It's weird.
I don't know what's going on. But, yeah. What do you think of that? Well, I try and fix my mic, I guess.
Andrew Bohm says we better not have Simons still. I don't know why Simons is so polarizing, but
Hopefully this is better. We good?
still there. It's
Bro.
like you're making it fainter, I guess, but you're good right now.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what's going on. No minutes for Klingon is crazy. Well, he was out, Tristan.
Yeah. So I saw a lot of people freaking out about that because they listed it as rest. It's very simple. It's nothing to be afraid of unless you're concerned about Klingon not looking good since its injury. But they were not going to. They haven't had many back-to-backs this year so far, or like recently. They haven't had any lately. I can't remember the last time we had a back-to-back. I think it was like a Sunday, Monday a few weeks ago. But they haven't had a ton of back-to-backs, so we haven't really had this problem. But since Clayton came back, he's not going to play in back-to-backs for a little while.
Hmm.
And I expect that to be the case for Rob Will until we trade him or the entire season. So this was simply we'll let Rob Will play this game and we'll let Klingon play tomorrow night. It had nothing to do with him being hurt or anything like that, or him being a wuss for needing rest in his rookie year, after playing 13 minutes 2 days ago. It had nothing to do with that. They just made a decision to play Rob tonight. As we all know, Rob hasn't played at all in the last few games, so they wanted to give him some run and like a legit rotation minutes tonight. And I thought we could talk about him too. I thought he, even though he doesn't score a ton of points, I thought he had a great impact on this game with his defense and rim protection, stuff like that. So I thought it was a pretty good game to showcase him, and I thought he did a good job. But I think we'll see Klingon tomorrow night. Probably won't be a huge amount of minutes like it hasn't been, but
yeah. So if they can't trade Ayton, they have to trade Robert Williams because they have not been playing him, and of course they're valuing Klingon's development over playing Robert Williams like 12 to 15 minutes a night, which I think is the right decision. But if you cannot trade DeAndre Ayton, you absolutely have to trade Robert Williams. Why keep him on the team to not play when there's a team out there that'll probably give you a first-round pick because they want him for a playoff run? Like, you gotta trade one of those two centers, and I think it's going to be really tough to trade Ayton. We've talked about that. So it's most likely going to be a scenario where Robert Williams has to get traded because in order to play him, they sit Klingon with rest, right? And it makes sense because it's a back-to-back. This is the first back-to-back since November 22nd and 23rd. That was the 2 games against the Houston Rockets. But yeah, you gotta trade one of the two. Not worried about Klingon resting today. I'm more worried about, is his knee still bothering him? He's still wearing a brace for that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's good that he got some rest. I think it's good. But that knee injury he dealt with, I've seen people say normally it takes 4 to 6 weeks to recover, and he came back sooner than that.
I don't know why. Why did they rush him back?
I still don't feel like he's right. And some people are just saying, oh, it's rookie wall, like his conditioning, right? That could also be the case. It could also be that.
Yeah.
But he's still wearing a brace for his knee.
But it just exactly lined up with him sitting out for a long time,
Yeah. It's not like his conditioning is going to struggle that much after sitting for 2 weeks, right?
I mean, it could a little bit with someone like him, but I don't know. I don't feel like he's... Because it's not like... It'd be different if, he came in the game, looked great for 5 minutes, and then obviously got tired.
Yeah.
It's that he just doesn't seem to be moving well since he came back.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's just the brace, but...
The final thought on Robert Williams, even when he does play lately, he hasn't been super impactful. Like tonight he got 6... Well, tonight's an outlier. He had 4 blocks in 16 minutes. But we've seen games where he plays 12 minutes and record a steal and not even shoot and have 2 boards. We've seen a couple of games like that. And I just feel like, why do we need him to have an impact for this team? We're 13-23. We got Klingon. We drafted Klingon at 7, So all arrows point to Robert Williams should be traded at the deadline. And I don't know, man. It would be very blazery to have all 3 centers still on this team after the deadline.
You didn't think he had much of an impact tonight?
No, I said before tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had 4 blocks, 6 boards, 4 points. I mean, he was, he blocked some shots tonight. But how many times have we... I'll pull up his game log. How many times do we sit here after the game he didn't do anything tonight? In his last 3 appearances before this one, he played a combined 33 minutes and did not score a point. Had 9 boards, 3 blocks. and was 0 for 1 in 33 minutes. That's kind of ridiculous, you know? Like, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, he came out in his first appearance for the Blazers. He had 13 points in 17 minutes, right? Game after that in 11 minutes had 4 points. Game after that, he had 19 points in 25 minutes, was 9 for 10 with 9 boards, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 3 steals. Game after that in 25 minutes was 6 for 6, 14 points, 8 rebounds, right? Like, oh my goodness, look how good this dude is. And then the last 3 games before this, it's down to 10 minutes, he's 0 for 0, 0 points. 12 minutes, 0 for 0, 0 points. 11 minutes, 0 for 1. And I know he's not a scorer, but it's just like, dude, we're not even like connecting with him on lobs or anything. He's not getting putbacks. He's not doing anything, you know? He scored his first points today in 4 games. The last time he played, or the last time he scored, was at Phoenix on December 15th. The last time he scored before that, I know he was banged up, but the last time he scored before that game was all the way back on November 25th. So it's just like, all right, what's the point of keeping him around? I know he's a good veteran locker room presence, right? All right, that's maybe one reason, but you can find other guys on minimum contracts that don't have as much value. He should be playing for a contending team after the deadline. I like his game. The thing is, a lot of other teams would like his game and like what he does on their team and would be willing to give up assets for it. And those assets could play a part in the Blazers' future and a part in the Blazers' rebuild because they're rebuilding. So I understand why fans would want to keep him, though. Fully understand that. Shout out to Horror Director, $10 donation, says, what does a trade involving Ayton, Simons, Grant, and Robert Williams III look like? Who are we after? And how do we make progress that Houston is with their young team? I don't think an Ayton trade is realistic. We'll start with Ayton. Eric, what do you think?
Well, yeah, first of all, I mean, let's just be honest. There's no way in hell we're trading all those guys. Even if you want all those guys gone, even if Cronin wanted all those guys gone.
I just hope we trade one of those guys at this point.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the hope. 1, maybe 2, I think you can expect them to, or should expect them to deal. And I think it's fair to be upset if none of them are traded. I think hopefully you understand our justifications for being upset in that situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's too unrealistic to think all those guys are being moved. But in any of those trades, I think you're looking for the same type of return, and that is expiring or good contracts that will clear up your books, unless it's a guy like Deni where he's got like a really good contract and then you're okay with it being 3 or 4 years. But short of that, like basically you're looking for an expiring contract or expiring contracts, and you're looking for some combination of a young guy that you could develop or draft capital. And as long as you get basically one of those 3 things, or if you are able to get 2 or all 3 of those things out of trading some of those guys, the more of those things you get, the better. Yep. So the more cap space you get, the better. The bigger contract that's expiring you get, the better. The more draft capital you get, obviously, the better. The better young guys. Like, so I saw some people mention Cam Whitmore in chat, and that's someone we haven't really discussed for the Blazers, because he's probably at best a shooting guard. You can maybe play him with Sharp. I don't know how the fit would be there, but I mean, if we could get him for like Rob Will or Jeremy Grant or something, I think you absolutely do that, right? So
yeah, you just take a chance on a young guy that could be better than them in a couple years when it really matters.
Yeah, so like we mentioned, guys like Devin Carter, who was injured at the time. We've mentioned Jarris Walker. I think there are some young guys you could go after maybe and get someone like that. But I think overall, you're just happy if you get at least a little bit of an asset and then cap space for not necessarily to sign free agents or anything like that, because we know that's probably not going to happen, but just to be a better positioned team to make moves and stuff in the future without having to be up against the tax as a rebuilding team.
Yeah, I do think the Rockets are interesting as
Yeah.
a team that has some expiring contracts, and obviously a team in a pretty good spot right now to make a push. Right, you got Jay Chanty, almost $8 million expiring. Jock Landale says there's 3 years left on his contract, but they're team options, basically non-guaranteed. So he's an expiring contract. Jeff Green, $8 million expiring contract. Steven Adams, $12.6 million expiring contract. Right, and they are under the tax by $10 million. So could you figure something out where you trade Jeremy and Ayton for the 4 expiring contracts that I named? You'd probably buy them all out, unless you want to keep Steven Adams around to mentor Donovan Clingan, which I don't think would be the worst thing. And can you get back like a Cam Whitmore attached to that for Jeremy Grant and Robert Williams III? Because it matches salary for him, in that sort of trade package. You can throw in, a Delano Banton, a Duop Reith, right? Just to make the players coming back match. You're trading out 4 guys for 5 if you trade like Grant, Banton, Reith, Robert Williams for the expiring contracts of Tate, Landale, Green, and Adams and get back a Cam Whitmore. Now, is that enough for some people? I don't know, but if you're not getting back, if teams aren't offering you legitimate offers for Jeremy Grant and you're struggling to get back even a first-round pick, that's the type of trade where you lump him with a Robert Williams and get back a good young player that last year was really, really good as a rookie and is just stuck behind a lot of guys. And you take the chance on Cam Whitmore turning into a really good player, and if he doesn't, you have a ton of money coming off the books. You have Grant and Robert Williams contracts coming off the books this offseason. You would have more flexibility. At that point, maybe you take on a contract and get back a first-round pick, and that's how you get back your draft capital out of this type of trade. The thing is, the best Grant or Robert Williams trade might be a 2-step trade where it's one trade now, opening up flexibility to accumulate assets later that wouldn't be possible without the first step of it. So that's the thing when me and Eric analyze trades, right? It's like, okay, what does this open up? What does this allow us to do? What options become available in the future by making the trade at the deadline? I feel like a lot of people will just view it in a vacuum, right? Like, this is what you got back for Jeremy Grant and Robert Williams, right? You only got back Cam Whitmore and a bunch of players that suck. Who wants all those players? They all suck. Like, that's how people view trades, but it's more so, all right, how can we accumulate assets down the line? How can we increase our flexibility so that we can have different options to be opportunistic in order to rebuild the roster? Also, there is an addition by subtraction element, right? Like, if you have Clingan and Ayton still on the team, right, do you really need Robert Williams III, right? You want to start Deni Avdija. He's been better than Jeremy Grant this year. You don't have to worry about being unable to trade Jeremy Grant's contract down the line. There's just a lot of positives to that type of trade. And I don't know. I feel like some fans would like it, but I do feel like some fans feel like it wouldn't be enough considering the talk was Jeremy Grant for 2 firsts this past offseason and Robert Williams for a first. Cam Whitmore, is he worth 3 firsts? I don't know, but he is an intriguing young player. Would you take that trade, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That is maybe the most realistic, ideal trade. The thing is, how much would the Rockets want Jeremy Grant? They have Jabari Smith. They have Tari Eason at the 4. Mm. They got Dylan Brooks at the 3.
Yeah.
They have a ton of depth. That's why Cam Whitmore can't play. Mm-hmm. But if you had Robert Williams and Şengün as your centers, and then Grant, Eason, Jabari Smith, Dylan Brooks as your forwards, and then in the backcourt you got Amen, you got Fred VanVleet, you got Jalen Green as your 3 guards, You got your 3 forwards, your 3 guards, your 2 centers, right? You got a good 8-man rotation there. Am I forgetting anyone?
Probably, but I don't.
Van Vliet. Okay, Grant, Robert Williams, Van Vliet, Brooks, Green, Jabari Smith, Amen Thompson, Şengün, Tarisen. Yeah, I did forget someone. But that's a 9-man rotation, right? So you would think hopefully you could get those guys enough minutes.
Reed Shepard had like 49 or something. G League.
Yeah, well, he's going to be the next Cam Whitmore, where he's stuck behind too many guys that he can't play in front of, you know?
At least Van Vliet's probably not long-term. But.
Yeah, you move on from him. But, you know, that's the thing. That's a good 9-man rotation. If somebody gets hurt, you can tighten that up to an 8-man rotation because you have some positional versatility there. That's the type of trade I would be looking at heavily if I was Joe Cronin, right? Because you clear... Cam Whitmore's making $3.3 million right now, and the rest is expiring. So you essentially next year clear, off the top of my head, at least $40 million. Probably closer to $42 million. If you can get an expiring for DeAndre Ayton, all of a sudden you got, I don't know, $25, $30 million, $35 million of cap space that you can use to absorb contracts with assets. Then all of a sudden you can look at it like, all right, if you can get back a first with a bad contract and maybe a good young player, all of a sudden for Grant and Williams, you got Whitmore, a solid young player, and a first-round pick. That's how you really maximize their return, because no team is going to sit here giving up 2 first-round picks for Jeremy Grant. No team is going to sit here giving up a first-round pick and a young player as good as Cam Whitmore. In order to maximize their trade values, the Blazers are going to have to do a 2-step trade. They're going to have to get expirings, get flexibility, and then use that flexibility to accumulate assets that they won't be able to get by just making a simple Jeremy Grant trade. But is that how Cronin is thinking? I don't know. When have we ever seen Cronin make a 2-step trade? Well, there is one time when they did the CJ McCollum trade, got a big enough trade exception to acquire Jeremy Grant and then trade for Jeremy Grant. All right, we've seen it once. But it was more so to go out and get a player. And Cronin is a guy that seems to value getting back players in trades over draft capital at times. So it's probably maybe not his mindset to trade Grant, to trade Ayton, get back a young player in expirings, and then use the money that frees up to accumulate assets. He has not once during this rebuild gone into let's get flexibility to accumulate assets mode. And that's a step that a ton of rebuilding teams go through. Cronin has never made that step. I don't know if he'll ever make that step, but that is how I'd view the upcoming trade deadline in regards to those guys. Okay? Obviously, you want to get back as much as you can in the first trade, but if it opens up the ability to accumulate assets later on, then it's better.
Yep, agreed. People mentioned, or Matt mentioned Drew Holiday. I guess technically that was a 2-step trade, but I mean, we knew we were moving him immediately when we made that trade. So I consider that kind of part as the same trade, but I guess technically it was.
Yeah, you got back assets with a player that you like immediately flipped. That's a little different because that's like an immediate. That's like more immediate.
Yeah.
This would be a 2-step process in terms of you make a trade at the deadline to be able to do things in the off season. So. And the only time that's happened, they traded CJ McCollum at the deadline. They got Jeremy Grant in the offseason.
Yeah.
So, let me know what you guys think of that. Does that make sense? Did I just change your view on the deadline? Let me know your thoughts in the live chat.
Wes says, are we sure Cronin knows how to use a phone? Hopefully.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully. Hopefully he knows how to use a phone at least as well as Neil Olshey knew how to use a water bottle. So, we'll see. But, I mean, if you sit here with these guys on the team, like, not only did you get back nothing for them, not only did you not clear more of a runway for your young guys, but you also don't have any flexibility this offseason to accumulate assets. So it's a massive L. This is why they have to do something at the deadline. I'm not sure if they're going to do something at the deadline, though. So Anyway, that's the upcoming trade deadline for the Portland Trail Blazers. We'll have a trade deadline live stream on trade deadline morning with live Twitter feeds up on the screen, so you can, if you work or whatever you do in the mornings on a Thursday, February 6th, tune into the channel, and we'll have you covered with all the trade deadline stuff. You can put us on the background if you're busy with something. You can listen to us, and we will react right when something goes down. You don't have to check Twitter. You don't have to scroll through Twitter feeds and get bombarded by fake tweets that might trick you. No, you can just put us on the background. You can relax. You can do other things, and you can listen to us because we will react. We will have the real Twitter feeds on the screen to react to. So February 6th, trade deadline day. Make sure you tune in for the trade deadline live stream. All right. Anybody else you talked about before we get to Deni?
I pretty much talked about everyone that played meaningful minutes. I thought Chris did a good job in the first half. Didn't really do much in the second half and missed all three of his three-point shots, but I thought he played okay. Has had some decent runs lately. Banton like nothing in this game. It was kind of weird that they even played him. Maybe it's just because we have a back-to-back. And then, Scoot and Deni are the only two guys I haven't talked about, really.
Yeah. We'll talk about Deni in a second. Here are the team stats. The Blazers in the second half, for anybody curious, they were 15 for 42. What's the percentage on that? Let me do the math. 15 for 42. The Blazers shot 35.7% from the field in the second half and still shot on the game 54.5%. After that 67% shooting first half. 36% from three. They had 62 points in the paint. The Pelicans just have no rim protection. No rim protection. And the Blazers have taken advantage of that more than once this year. You got Yves Missy, and he's been pretty decent. Like, he's maybe not a bad rim protector, but he's a rookie. The Blazers took advantage of that. Behind him, you got Daniel Tice off the bench. He's washed. He's no longer impactful. Of course, the Blazers won earlier this year in New Orleans by just getting into the paint and scoring at the rim at will. So they do that again today because they only shot 36% from three. Normally when you see a team shoot almost 55% from the field, they're at least 40% from three. No, the Blazers did their damage on the interior. They didn't even get to the free throw line all that much for the second game in a row. Only 13 free throw attempts, made 10 of them. Offensive rebounding still remains an issue. 18 offensive rebounds for the Pelicans. Blazers got 15 of their own, so that's fine, but Blazers continue to be one of the worst offensive rebounding teams in the league. The Blazers assisted on only half of their field goal makes. So half of their makes were unassisted. Blazers with 7 blocks. Pelicans turned it over 19 times. Blazers 16 fast break points to the Pelicans 12. But the paint points, that's the story of the game, 62-44 in the Blazers' favor. Alrighty, let's talk about the one, the only, the Deni Avdija. Continues to be the Blazers' best player in this game. Avdija scores 26 points, gets 6 boards, a couple of assists, 10 for 15 from the field, 4 for 7 from 3. He is super efficient now. After not being able to buy a shot, whether it was a layup or a 3 at the start of the season, now he just makes everything. Started off this game with 7 quick points, 3 straight buckets to get him going. And it's just really cool to see the efficiency, man, from this guy. Continues to be a blur in the open court. Super fun to watch when he gets the ball in transition. And yeah, he's another one of those guys where it's like, all right, what's his ceiling? If he's fully maximized, right? If he's playing 33 to 35 minutes a game, what does his numbers look like? On the season going into this game, per 36, he was averaging 18 points, 8 boards, and 4 assists. But with how efficient he's been lately and how well he's been shooting the ball, I do wonder if there's more upside to his scoring if he takes more shots. But he continues to play great. 26-point performance. Your thoughts, Eric? And you're muted, by the way.
Finally got called for travel.
Yeah.
He'd been teetering on that line several times when he drafts, but
The slowdown where you take that second step, man, is
yeah,
listen, if you're young and you play basketball, or even if you're older and you play basketball, learn that. Learn the little two-step, stop on the second step, don't put the other foot back down because then that's a travel. But the little deceleration and hang on that last step, it's a good move, man. It throws off people's timing. It's creative. So if you play basketball, incorporate that into your game because it's a deadly move and it's a fun move to make and it's a fun move to watch, man. Just the creativity he has on some of his drives is awesome.
yeah, love an aggressive Deni. Did you happen to see the post-game interview with him?
Yeah.
He was funny.
He's a cool guy, man. He's keeps it real, very genuine. I think a good guy to have in this locker room and a good culture setter. Just he was questionable going into this game. Played as hard as anyone out there. So
yeah, great game from him. Just continues to rack up the good performances.
he continues to rack up the player of the game totals, man. I need to
What's
tally
that?
them up, but
What's a surreal?
what's a what? What's a what? Chat, what did he say? What's a what?
It said he has one surreal tonight. Is that Israeli for steals?
One's real. Yeah, I don't know. Player of the game, as voted on by you guys, continues to play great. Continues to.
I was
Score
making
more.
fun of the typo.
Yeah. Deni Avdija's game log, so he scores 26 points today. This is 8 straight games. He's had at least 14 points. Out of those 8 games, at least 7 he's had 17 points. His worst shooting percentage during that stretch in a single game is 46.2%, going 6 for 13 on December 20th against Dallas and 6 for 13 last game against the Pistons. So it's just consistent efficiency, man. Consistent efficiency. I mean, if you go back the last 13 games, he's only had one game where he shot below 46%. That was that San Antonio game right before Christmas. The team lost by 20, scored 94 points, and he was 2 for 12. But the 4 games before that, 4 for 7, 7 for 11, 6 for 9, 6 for 9. So just has been super efficient, super consistent with his shot making. Shot 43% from 3 in December. Okay, the first 3 games of January was 5 for 16 coming into this game, but goes 4 for 7. So he's now 9 for 23 on the month. That is above 40%, I believe, off the top of my head. So he's been a 40% three-point shooter since the start of December. Good stuff.
Side note, do you know who else has been a 40% 3-point shooter the last 5+ games?
Oh God, you're gonna say Chris Murray, huh?
No.
Who?
It's not a Blazer.
Oh, who? I meant Thompson.
No. He hardly ever shoots threes.
I
Why am I blanking? Edgecombe. Edgecomb's been shooting the ball really well lately.
Let me look up his game log to corroborate that because I don't believe it.
So Blazer Bruh asks what do you think Deni's ceiling is? I think he'd be an all-star, if he was on a good team. Because you could average 20, 26 and 6. Not like
28 and 5 is what I was gonna say, but is that all-star though?
if you're that's what I'm saying. If you're on a good team and you're the second best player.
Oh, he probably wouldn't be. I mean, I love Deni. I don't know if he'd be the second best player on a contending team. I think third best player more likely.
Yeah,
he
maybe.
could be a Jeff Teague all-star. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what his ceiling is because it could be higher than that. It's just the tough part about it is he's never played on a good team. At least since he's developed. Like, last year the Wizards suck. This year the Blazers.
So he's the problem.
Don't put words in my mouth. It's just like, okay, what is he on a good team? We haven't really gotten a chance to see it, but I think the core that will get this team to being good includes him. Like, if you had to come up with the big three for the future, assuming the Blazers don't trade for one, I like the idea of, the Blazers would need a top pick in this year's draft, right? Let's just say Cooper Flagg or Ace Bailey or Dylan Harper, right? One of those guys, Shaden Sharp, Deni Avdija. I think Sharp, I'm feeling better and better about his ability to be a really good number 2 on a really good team. I feel good about Deni being able to be a number 3 on a good team, right? It's just, where's that superstar? Who's that superstar? Can it be Sharp? I would not rule that out. Sharp has the potential. It's just really hard to become a superstar. Right? That's why the Blazers need to take more shots through the draft, get more high upside prospects through the draft. I would feel really good if they got a Dylan Harper to pair with Sharp, to pair with Deni. Because you got some role players, going to be able to play some defense. If you get Cooper Flagg, obviously that's phenomenal. Your defense is going to be probably top 5. And he's been playing really good lately, so that's kind of what I view the future. And then, hopefully Scoot can be a 4th or 5th guy on a good team, right? That's kind of my hope right now. So yeah.
Sorry, I keep sneezing. I have to
all good. Eric Olson says Simon's number 4. I mean, I'd feel good enough about Simons being a number 4. Yeah, I think as long as you have good defenders around him, Like last game, I didn't even talk about this on the post-game show, but like Cade Cunningham hunted him and just drove him straight to the rim. And Anthony tried to play defense, man. It's just teams do hunt him. But if you have Klingon around the rim, like a healthy, developed Klingon, he's the type of guy that can help neutralize that. Teams hunting him and trying to take him to the rim like that. Denny's a good defender, right? Sharp, I think, can just be serviceable. Which is good enough for what Sharp does offensively, and it's better than he was his rookie and sophomore seasons where he had some really bad defensive moments. So yeah, I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. It just comes down to this draft, and I feel like we'll have a lot of clarity, I think, after this offseason, in terms of truly what's going to be the core going forward, or if the Blazers are really in trouble in terms of trying to find their star. Okay, because if you end up with the 8th pick, man, it's going to be problematic. The lottery is super important. Now, the Blazers keep winning too many games. It might be a good thing for the young guys you have on the team, but it's going to be tougher to get that prospect in the draft. So, and we'll see who's still on the team in terms of the Blazers veterans, and we'll see if they can add a player like, I don't know, a Cam Whitmore type prospect. I really like the idea of Cam Whitmore because I feel like he has upside to be like a fringe star, scorer type of guy. I feel like he can add upside in a way that whatever you get for Grant or Robert Williams or Ayton couldn't, because you're not going to get an unprotected pick for any of those guys. So that's really why I like that Houston trade. Grant and Robert Williams for those expiring contracts, and Cam Whitmore, whose body language has been terrible in Houston lately because he can't play, can't take shots, We're talking about a dude who dominates the G League every time he plays down there. And in Cam Whitmore's rookie season, he played in 47 games, averaged 19 minutes a game, averaged 12 points, 4 boards, almost an assist, shot 45% from the field, 36% from 3, right? So true shooting percentage was 56% as a 19-year-old rookie, and per 36 minutes, averaged 24 points per game, 7 boards, and an assist and a half. Now, the playmaking has to get better. This year, Per 36, he's averaging 23 points, 6.5 boards, 1.2 assists. His three-point shooting is down from 36% to 29%, but he still is lethal attacking the rim. It's just, can you teach him how to make plays for others, just make basic plays? I feel like Cam Whitmore's potential could be maybe not as good as Jaylen Brown is right now, but close to it. What do you think, Eric?
I mean, yeah, it's high. That's
His
lofty
upside.
expectations.
His upside.
Yeah,
His
I
upside.
know what you're saying. But yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. I mean, there was a legit conversation before this previous draft in our group chat where numerous people said that they would rather have Cam Whitmore than the number one pick this last draft. So
Yeah. I mean, just to compare the two, per 36, Jaylen Brown's sophomore season, 17 points, 5.8 rebounds, 1.9 assists. He shot the three ball better, 39%, was 46% from the field.
he was playing more too, probably, right? What was his minutes?
Also on a good team. So you have to take that into account. But yeah, 30 minutes a game. His rookie year averaged only 6 points, played 17 minutes a game, then got a big bump his second season, right? But Jaylen Brown didn't turn into a scorer until year 4. He was a really good defender. Then he turned into a scorer whose defense is still pretty good, but not like he was a top 10 defensive player of the year guy. He was 10th in defensive player of the year voting his sophomore season as a 21-year-old. So I think they have some similar traits because Jaylen Brown wasn't the most like advanced ball handler and didn't really make plays for others early in his career. He's improved a lot. This year he's averaging 4.7 assists. So you would hope that you bring Cam Whitmore and he can improve his playmaking for others like Jaylen Brown can. They're both athletic, really strong drivers, really strong slashers. Jaylen Brown wasn't really known for his shooting coming into the league, but is a career 36% three-point shooter. Cam Whitmore shot 36% as a rookie. It's down to 29%. That is my number one target for the Blazers this deadline. Number one target.
Over Jarris, if it was realistic.
Yeah, just because he has upside, man. He just has upside as a guy that can just go get you a bucket that can really have an impact on your offense.
Yeah.
I like Jarris a lot. Jarris is more really good role player to me, where Cam Whitmore is like might not be efficient enough to be any good because he doesn't really do other things, but also could be a 22, 23 point per game scorer. An efficient enough 22, 23 point per game scorer, and that's valuable, right? So which is it going to be? I don't know. But I would like to take a shot on Cam Whitmore. And if he doesn't pan out, I could see him being a really good sixth-man off-the-bench scorer that can play some three.
Yeah.
That can definitely play some three, and that's a good role to fill, man. So, yeah, that's my number one young player target that could be gettable for the Blazers at this year's deadline. Just hope he's not the next Cam Reddish. I think Cam Whitmore has shown more in his short career offensively than Cam Reddish ever did, in my opinion. Like, his rookie year, I think, was better than any offensive year Cam Whitmore has ever had.
Cam Reddish.
Yeah.
I'm
mixing them up because they're both named Cam. But, yeah, I mean, he averaged 12 points per game in 47 games, playing 18 minutes a game. Cam Reddish has never averaged 12 points a game. Cam Reddish is only 1 year where he shot above 33% from three. You know what I mean? Like he just never was that good offensively. Cam Whitmore has some flashes, man. If he was a Blazer right now, he'd be playing a lot and having some really bright flashes, and I feel like people would be talking about him close to the same vein that they talk about Shaden Sharpen. But the thing is, he's on another team, so we don't appreciate him. And we don't appreciate his upside, because how many Rockets games are we watching? And he's barely playing. But he's certainly skilled. I feel like if he was here and getting the opportunity, he would be a Blazer fan favorite of a prospect. So get him here. And hope he pans out. Is Cam Whitmore Cam Reddish, or is Cam Whitmore Cam Thomas? Maybe even Cam Johnson or Cam Payne. Yeah, let's get all the Cams.
No thanks. I'll just take Cam Whitmore. Oh, Cam Johnson wouldn't be bad, but I'm not giving up assets for him. So
You don't want Cam Thomas?
yeah, I mean I'd take him, I guess, but
Yeah, it wouldn't really make much sense here. But yeah, and then get Cam Boozer. Yeah, there you go. There you go. We haven't talked about Scoot. So, what do you think of Scoot?
I mean it was okay. I like that he came in and got aggressive. Then he got a little turnover. Happy. Um, Went back to shooting a lot this game. Uh, but yeah,
It was mostly in the second half, though.
yeah. There was one play in particular where he like almost turned it over, got it back, threw a pass that off someone's arm, got it back though, and then ended up losing the ball a third time. Like I don't know, it just like seems like sometimes he's just like hunting a turnover. Like, like he's just like destined to get a turnover on a possession or something. Yeah, I don't know.
He had a bad second half.
Yeah,
The thing is, it's funny, man. His really bad games now, he is like 6 for 15, which would have been a really good efficiency game for him the first 2/3 last year, because most games he was shooting under 40% from the field.
yeah. It's not necessarily a good thing.
I mean, it's not a good thing, It's just, yeah, like 6 for 15 would have felt better than most of his games the first 2/3 of last season. Like if you go back through his game log, he had such rough shooting nights. So it's for me with him right now is it's like on his worst nights, is he better than he was before on his worst nights? Which is kind of maybe a weird thing to look at for some people, right? But like his lows were so low last year. I don't think his lows are quite so low. He had 13 points, 6 for 15 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3, 5 assists, 5 turnovers. Not a good game. Not a good game. He struggled today, but he had cleaned things up. The last 2 games turnover-wise, 4 and 5 respectively. I still just, man, like you go back and you look at those 2 games he had under Bjorkgren, and then the 5 games since have not been anything close.
Yeah.
He was 18 and 10 on 6 for 12 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3, with only 1 turnover for his 10 assists against Utah. And then the following game under Bjorkgren, 16 points, 6 assists, 5 steals, 8 for 15 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3. And since then, 2 for 7 from the field, 4 for 7 from the field, 3 for 5 from the field, 0 for 2, then 6 for 15.
Yeah.
Like, he finally took double-digit shot attempts in this game.
Yeah. I mean, he shot a bunch at the end. I'm not going to necessarily count that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had 7 points and 3 assists on 3 for 4 shooting at halftime.
Like I said, I liked how he came in, had a really nice pass his first possession, got to the paint and scored his second possession. Didn't, I mean, he had, I think, another nice lob or 2 after that. But other than that, didn't really do much.
Yeah. He'll always have his haters. I mean, even people that are on the Blazers network post-game show. There's one guy that definitely, absolutely, for some reason, has a vendetta against him. All right? He's still 20. He's still 20. Like, he's 20 years old. So, still deserves some patience, man. Still deserves some patience. Yeah.
He's almost 21.
Okay, but how old is he right now?
He's 20. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
He's 20. When he's 21, I'll say he's 21. Okay, he can
Yeah.
finally barely drink a beer now legally. He can't even legally drink a beer yet, right? You know, if he tried getting into a bar right now with his ID that says almost 21, would he get in? No.
Yeah. Well, he probably would get in.
Well, yeah, because he's Scoot Henderson. But yeah, he turns 21 on February 3rd. February 3rd for Scoot. All right, we'll do Tankathon. And then I need to set up the giveaway wheel. And we will randomly select some people from chat for the giveaway. The Blazers are trying to make it tough for them to capture the flag, okay? They are not... Oh, no. Oh, no. I didn't even realize this was the case.
What?
Why is your face in the Tankathon box?
What?
Hold on.
What are you doing?
How do I get your face out of the Tankathon box?
Wow.
Yeah, we're tanking for Eric, guys. That's what we're doing.
I'm the tank commander now.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Nope.
We won, though.
There we go. There's the Tankathon. Look where the Blazers are, Eric.
7th.
7th.
We passed Brooklyn.
See, this is the thing, is like last game, there was somebody on Twitter like, oh, Chauncey's trying to make them lose. They're having Chauncey purposely make bad decisions to lose. It's like, in what world? They just beat the Bucks. No, they just blew out the Pelicans. Chauncey is clearly trying. They're not tanking yet, man. I don't know why fans keep saying, like, they're tanking. They're not tanking yet. They've won 5 out of their last 10 games. They're 5-5 in their last 10 games. Doesn't look like tanking to me. The funny thing is, they're within 3.5 games of freaking Phoenix. They are closer. They were as close to Phoenix as they are to Utah, Eric. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I find that funny. They're only 2.5 games away from Philadelphia. I don't think they're catching them. It's just funny to be this close to Phoenix, given their big three and their stars and this and that.
I think Phoenix like 4-11 in their last 15 games.
Yeah, just lost to the Hornets.
Yeah.
Tried to help us out there. Finally gave the Hornets a win, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna. I think we're gonna have 6th or 7th best odds. I'm really starting to believe we're only going to be sitting here with like a 7.5 to 9% chance of the number 1 overall pick. If we're one of the bottom 3 teams, it would be twice as likely to capture the flag. You know? I don't know. You're typing, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. You're always talking to this dude. You have my permission to lay the ban.
I know. He's so close to getting banned. Dude, I just cannot stand how he... Ugh.
Just do it. Just do it. Don't let him derail you where you're typing to him. It's Tankathon time. It's Tankathon time. All right. Let's simulate it. Let me know who moves up. Let me know who moves down. All right. 14 is San Antonio via Atlanta. 13 is Golden State. 12 is San Antonio. Who moved up, Eric?
That would be... I don't know. I don't have it up.
Yeah, you don't have it up.
It is Sacramento.
Sacramento moved into the top 4. That's funny. All right, 11 is San Antonio via Chicago. Look at this. San Antonio has 11, 12, and 14, Eric. Has there ever been a team with 3 straight picks? That would be kind of funny. They're almost making that happen. At 10 is OKC via Philadelphia, meaning Houston via Phoenix has moved up again. again. And guess who's supposed to be at 9? At 9 is your Portland Trail Blazers. Con Knipple, you're a Portland Trail Blazer. We're really going to end up with Con Knipple.
Please no. I watched that Duke game yesterday. I was just like, dude, this dude cannot shoot. He's supposed to be a shooter, but he can't shoot.
Oh, man. 9th, man. 9th. We just keep going down. At 8 is Brooklyn. At 7 is Charlotte, meaning who moved up? Utah. We got Utah, Houston, Sacramento, 3 Western Conference teams. At 6 is Toronto, and at 5 is Washington. Meaning the Pelicans are top 4 too. All 4 teams are Western Conference teams. This is like a nightmare tankathon scenario. This is nightmarish, especially if Houston gets the number 1 pick. At 4 is Sacramento. At 3 is Houston via Phoenix. At 2 is New Orleans, which means the Utah Jazz get the number 1 pick. So you got Cooper Flagg to Utah, Dylan Harper to New Orleans, you got Ace Bailey to Houston, and you got Yaku Chonis to Sacramento because Fox leaves. They replace Fox with Yaku Chonis. And the Blazers at 9, Eric. Let's just mock this out, all right? Let's just mock this out. Let's say that's the top 4. We'll go to 9. Washington at 5. It's just your best guess right now, and obviously things will change. But Washington at 5. Who do they go with?
Let me bring up something to look at. We're assuming that the top four we've talked about.
Yeah.
Let's say they go with I don't know.
It's tough.
Well, like a lot of these big boards have players up there that have kind of fallen on other big boards, but
let's just come up with 4 more players that'll be off the board, just to talk about like what Portland could have there.
Edgecombe, Demon, Trey Johnson.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. Tankathon still has Knipple and Malik up there. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's just say it's just those 7. All right, so on the board, you're looking at, let's just say Jeremiah Fears too, because I think his stock will rise to being a top 10 guy. Let's just say Jeremiah Fears is that 8th guy.
Okay.
All right, so at 9 for Portland, who do you think they're looking at there? Like ball walk with Klingon and just completely...
Nah, I don't. I mean, maybe, but I don't see them taking a big there 2 years in a row.
Asa Newell with the hope that he can play the 4.
Yeah, him, or maybe Hope Queen can, or maybe Colin Murray Boyles. I think they also, I mean, I know I just knocked this, but I do think they look at Knipple or Liam.
Yeah, I mean, McNeely, you're not going to get... Are you really going to get star upside at 9? And also, McNeely might have some sneaky star upside as a shooter that can attack closeouts and is big enough to...
Yeah.
I feel like their pick there is McNeely. We know they liked the UConn guy in this past year's draft. Yeah, I think McNeely would be their pick there at 9, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Fills a need... Maybe big enough to play some power forward. I don't know. He's listed as 6'8". Who knows what he really is? He's shooting 38% from three. He's averaging 3 assists per game. Barely played since December 21st, but he's had some really good games against Gonzaga. He torched them, 26 points, 4 assists. So if the Blazers pick from this range, I have a feeling it's going to be Liam McNeely. I think like Derek Queen, can he play next? Can he play the 4? I don't feel like it's clear. I also think the Blazers will finally decide to draft for some shooting. Ben Serif, I would hate that pick there. He's shooting 27% from 3 right now in 25 games. He's a playmaker, but shooting questions, right? Like, Malawak doesn't really make sense. Colin Murray-Boyles isn't a shooter. Hugo Gonzalez falling off. Boogie Fland, like, all right, maybe you go guard, maybe you go Boogie Fland. It's just, if I go guard, I want a guard with a little more upside than him, man. It's just tough. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if the Blazers are drafting there, it's just tough. Like, I've soured on Demon, but Demon's intriguing at least at 9 if you're drafting that low. Edgecome's intriguing, I guess, if you're drafting that low, just in terms of their upside. But, yeah, it's going to be imperative at some point that the Blazers tank. Just how high can they get? They had good odds in the wrong draft. They had good odds last year. I know it didn't work out for them, but at least they had good odds and couldn't fall that far. This year, it's tough. But anyway, that's Tankathon. I'll be back in a minute. All right. I got to grab some sticky notes for the giveaway wheel, and then we'll do the giveaway thing. So I'll be back. Eric, feel free to answer questions or whatever you want to do. And you're muted, by the way, in case you didn't know.
All right. Yeah, sorry, Desmond. 24-hour timeout for you. Yep. Bye-bye. All right. Yeah. What do you guys want to talk about? A lot of the guys you mentioned we had going in the top 8, so. Hi, Nathan. Choppa wants to talk about the number 2.2. You better hope Tori's not listening. Now that Tori's gone, what do you really think about him? Asked Andrew. Tori's no comment. No, just kidding. No, Tori's good. Yep, I enjoy talking basketball with Tori, so it's good. I have not seen Nosferatu yet in Barking Box. I love Jeremiah Fears. I'm not sure what your name is, but Arrowmancer, stop doing your Desmond impression. Alex's, do I still think I could beat Tori one-on-one? I've never thought I could, so I don't know why you would say, do I still think that? Because I've been very honest that we've actually played one-on-one several times, and he's beaten me every time, so.
This is a fun conversation to come back to.
Yeah, right?
We need to do it once just for content, just because people
Alex, when have I ever said I would beat Tori, though? Like, why do you think I'd...
Alex, he said he'd beat me. Is this true? Eric Olson says, could you beat Tori 1v1 if you played bully ball? Does that mean, like, punching me in the face?
I think it just
Probably.
means if I just backed you down every time. I don't know. It.
I'm big enough to not just get bullied in the
Yeah.
post. Like,
Oh, it would just depend on if Tori was hitting 3-point shots or like. The problem is I'm 45 years old. I can't move very well, so I have to decide whether I want to try and stop him from driving or let him shoot threes, and that's just basically what it turns into is me just letting him shoot threes and hoping he misses.
yeah. Adam Smith says, I asked Eric and Tori a question earlier, but don't you think it could be worthwhile to sell to Ant that giving Scoot point guard keys will actually help Ant get him more open shots than Scoot improves our pace, rotates on D? Well, what happens to Sharp? You're playing Sharp at the 3? I mean, I guess, but that's the problem.
And Scoot has, I mean, at times he does have the keys. I get what you're saying of like fully giving it to him, but like he also has to play better for him to earn that, I think. That's a little
Yeah,
different than just
but
giving him
also,
the minutes. I
but
don't know.
also, if you give him the keys, he might play better. So it's
Yeah,
the chicken
maybe.
or the egg, you know?
Yeah.
All right, we're adding a couple things to our giveaway wheel. All right, one of the things is submit a video question. So, via phone or whatever, but you get to, on a future post game, submit a video question. So you get to record yourself asking a video. You get your beautiful face on the live stream. And it automatically gets you a ton of clout. So, I'm just kidding. But yeah, submit a video question is one of them. All right. If any of you have any good ideas, we can add them. We'll do that in about 5 minutes. Cloud bomb. Could I wear a Cronin mask for the video question? I mean, you can do whatever you want in the video question as long as I can show it on YouTube. So, can I curse? No, we don't curse on this show. You can curse, but I will bleep it out. I will edit it beforehand. That's why it's a video question. And by the way, if you want something previously like merch, finally was able to get in contact with Chris. She was my merch designer and fix something. So we'll start promoting that again, and we'll get you hooked up with that. All right. Let me see what we have on this thing. We got a pinned message. Do you still want to do your date thing, Eric?
Sure.
Date night with Eric.
Until someone wins, yeah.
Free sweatshirt. I don't even know. I gotta hold up. I gotta look at this wheel. I forgot what I put on it. It's been a minute since we've rolled this thing.
Boas, is there a situation where the Blazers could start Deni at point guard? No. Like, I mean, position. You don't have to define positions like that, but they're not starting him at point guard. Oh yeah, someone did win a date with me, but Tori said he would take him instead.
Yes.
Kevin are asking me if if I'll bring my pet on a date. If you want our date to be at a dog park or something, yeah, sure.
Alright, so that video question We got gifted membership. We got choose chats, double down. We got free shirt. We got a spin again. We got tickets. Yeah. Maybe I won't do tickets.
No, Alex, you do not.
We got free hats. All right.
Because I'm married, Nathan.
Can't hear you. I'm right here, bro. Tori, did you finally figure out Costco and try the samples? No, I have not been to Costco recently. I've not had time to go to Costco, unfortunately. All right, we got call in on any stream. All right. So it doesn't have to be a call in night. If you guys got any other recommendations, always like to make it new, make it fresh. Didn't think about this beforehand, obviously, unfortunately, so. Oh, a half-eaten piece of Costco pizza. How about that? That a good prize?
Bro, they're like $2. We can give them a full one.
Nah, but then it doesn't have a personal touch on it. Keljin Blevins jersey. How much is a Keljin Blevins jersey?
It's probably going to fall into the you have to customize it so it's like more expensive.
Yeah. No, I get a 49ers Blevins jersey. Is what pops up on the shop. Let's see here. If I can find one for like $15, I'll do it. But Keljin Blevins jersey, $75. Hell no. What are we doing, man? Who's buying that for $75, Fanatics? Fanatics is tripping. All right, NBA store. What does it say? $56 with code BALLIN. Nope, still not good enough. Still not good enough. Do you guys remember that Keljin Blevins player review I did where I just trolled the whole time? That was a fun video. Some people got mad about it. Would there be enough of you interested in like a review my big board on stream? Would there be enough of you interested to put that on the wheel?
I think there's too many people that are scared to talk to us live, so.
No, they would just send us the link to their big board. We wouldn't talk to them live. They would just send us their big board. We'd review it.
Yeah, I doubt many people do big boards.
Yeah. Participate in a mock draft. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do participate in mock draft / review big board. And if you don't have a big board, you can just participate in a mock draft. That could be fun. Interactive. All right. So you'll get to choose.
James says if you win a date, you have to bring your big board. It's got to be like super large, like on this huge poster board too. Or one of those like trifold things like you're doing a science fair project. And then it's got to be like presented on the table at dinner.
All right. Yeah, do that.
While you're doing that, I just have to say I thought Desmond had the worst takes tonight, but one Alex Wolf hit me up before the show. I thought he was joking, but he wasn't. And he had maybe the most disgusting fan take I have ever heard in my life. Sorry, Alex, but you're just 100% in the wrong here. Um, I asked him to clarify, and he did, and I am just beyond disgusted slash baffled as to how someone could have this take. Um, and so Alex Wolf is a Cleveland Cavalier fan. Okay, 32-4 ends the OKC 14-game winning streak tonight. And I get this message. Sorry, I'm outing you, Alex. Sorry, I haven't been as active in chat as of late. I'm just super pissed about how the Cavs season has gone thus far, and it's like weighing on me. So I asked, what? Why are you trolling me? And he says, so I'm actually not trolling. I'm super upset about the back-to-back losses to Atlanta, and I just honestly feel that week ruined, tainted what could have been a really special season for the ages. Bro, come the F on, dude. Like, this is the most ridiculously baby take I've ever heard.
Grade
man.
A troll job, Alex. I'm proud of you. I don't believe that he's not trolling.
Do you know
that.
how? No, like he has mentioned this before that it still really bothers him that they lost to the Hawks. So I'm not really. Everyone other than you would like literally cut off our arms to have a 32-4 Blazer season. Like I don't even know what I would. I don't know.
Arms.
I don't know what I would do if we had a 32-4 season to talk about, Tori. Can you imagine having that and be like, well, that one game we lost to Houston back in December is still really bothering me. Like, come on, Alex.
That's ridiculous.
How can you not enjoy your team being good? And it's not like. It'd be one thing too if like you signed Kevin Durant and like the 2018 Warriors or something, and you're like, it's like, oh, this is too easy, you know? Like, but you guys weren't even supposed to be 32-4. Like, you're on pace for the best to tie the best record ever. Like, how could you be upset at that? Come on, man. I'm telling you this as your friend too. Like you need to like not. Not do this to yourself, dude.
I got another fun one, I think. All right. So, me and you react to an old video or live stream of their choice. If it's a live stream, I will just find good moments and replay it on stream, and we can react to it. All right. So you get to choose what we react to. You can go through the history of Blazers Uprise. It can be a moment of your choice. So the OGs would have fun with this one, I think. All right. So we're going to do that. Chaz, is that a good idea? Well, let me know. That's what we'll do. All right, so the options that we have, and then I'll set it up with the different camera. All right, we got decide chat poll, submit a video question, choose chats, double down on picks against the spread, one gifted membership, which would most likely go to someone else because I can't control who it gives a membership to, but chat basically wins that one. Free shirt, spin again, participate in a mock draft, or review a big board. We'll review a big board, whichever one you want. All right. $10 cash. I react to an old video or live stream, or we react to an old video or live stream of your choice. You can leave a pinned message for chat. Free hat, $20 merch credit. You can call in on any stream, or somebody else gets a spin. All right. That's what we got. I'll set it up. I'll be back in a sec. And then we'll roll.
All right. Spin says no Joe Ingles Blazers jersey. It's probably about the same price as the Blevins one, so no. One Piece says, how legit is the Cavs title shot, though? This is a new Cavs team where they playoff tested enough to go all the way. See, that's a different conversation. If you were like, or if Alex was like, hey, this season's been awesome, I still don't know. Like, I still feel like it's going to end in disappointment because they're probably not good enough to actually win the championship. Like, that's a legit concern, maybe, or, if you just don't want to be optimistic, that's fine too. But, like, he's legitimately, like, can't enjoy the season right now because of stuff. And, yeah. There you go.
Ridiculous stuff, man. Ridiculous. All right. Let me take down the headline. All right, there we go. Cool. I gotta move my mic arm closer. So just give me a second to do that.
If we had Cavaliers Uprise instead of Blazers Uprise, how hyped would we be right now?
Oh, it'd be amazing, man. We've never had as much good fortune as he has had in one half a season. He's complaining. It's crazy to me.
Not even half a season. We're not even to the halfway. Arrow's criticizing your handwriting. Wow. Wow.
All right.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Arrow's criticizing your handwriting.
Too bad.
Or he said, why does it look like that?
It's the alcohol. Why does it look like what, brother? Respect my handwriting. All right. Leave a comment in chat, and then it'll decide from commenters in chat, all right? Just the easiest way to do it. So in the next minute, also if you've left a message in the last 10 minutes, actually no, you have to do it now that I loaded it up. All right, so leave a comment if you want to spin the giveaway wheel. All right, while you do that, the next matchup for your Portland Trailblazers is tomorrow against the Dallas Mavericks, a shorthanded Mavericks team. The Blazers have a chance to have a winning 5-game road trip, which would be amazing. All right. It is also retro night. So, Eric, I hope you have something ready for that. People give you all this crap for not having hair. You could have a lot of hair tomorrow.
Maybe.
We'll see. We will see. But the Blazers take on the Mavericks. Now, I do have Rec League, and Eric has stuff that he's doing as well. So that stream may go live at like 9 p.m., like an hour after the game. It might be a late start time to the stream, so just hang out after the game. We will let you know on Twitter. All right.
Also, Rich was supposed to join us, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen now that he's had to evacuate his home. So
yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate. We'll give you 15 more seconds to leave a comment to spin the wheel, and then we will choose our winners. Yeah, originally it was supposed to be a Rip City Retro night, but also like a retro night in a, we can dress up a little bit for it in a fun way. But yeah, with Rich down there in LA, unfortunately had to evacuate, so we'll still make it fun. But yeah, just with me and Eric having other things, that's why I figured we'd make it a fun 3-person panel, but hopefully everything's okay with Rich. All right, let's choose our winners. We got 17 entrants, all right? So leave a comment. We're going to choose our first winner. Our first winner is Trevin.
Wow.
Trevin.
Come on.
I know. Yeah, you finally get to hear Trevin talk.
He won't show up.
I know. For real, man. Yeah, if you don't want your prize, you can... you don't get to spin again, but you can nullify your spin. You can give it to someone else. All right? What is Trevor going to get? Let me just... All right. This will spin well enough. Let's see what Trevin gets. Is this on camera well? Hold on. I'm going to get closer.
Can't see the top.
All right, yeah, I need to bump this up. All right, there you go. Alrighty, first spin, Trevin. Our mod for years. What does he get?
That was a good spin this time.
Call in anytime.
Oh. Wow.
Oh man, Trevin. So
well, he'd do it.
So if you don't know the backstory, Trevin has been a mod since like the start of the channel. We've gamed with him a lot, but he'll hop in our voice chats with other people, and he'll always stay muted. We've gamed with him a ton. He never unmutes. We've never heard his voice. We've never heard him talk for years.
Well, he messed up and unmuted one time when he said something, but
I don't think he said anything. But yeah, he was unmuted once. So that's why this is funny. Call in anytime. Maybe we finally get to hear him speak.
No, he's not doing it.
He declined it.
You can't even, man.
Boo. So
you can't even do it for the lore of the channel, man.
I know. You know, dude,
can't
we
even
would probably get 1,000 viewers at once if you were gonna talk. We'd probably get 1,000 viewers, but nope. All right, so we'll re-roll. That's so funny.
Or do you just want to pick someone else to get that prize?
Nah. We'll respin, re-roll. I think that's the only fair way to do it. Javon. All right, we got Javon. Javon, have you won a giveaway on him? Yeah, it doesn't even matter. You won the spin. Javon helps us out with socials, so this is only fair. It has no bias towards mods or anything like that, so just a coincidence. All right, Javon. Here's what you get, bro. Let's see. Oh, you get call in anytime. Perfect. That's a good one for him. Javon, you can call in on any stream you want. Just let us know. So he did get the... He's a mod that will talk to us. I mean, it's not rigged. It's not rigged. There's no way to rig
Trevin says that was a good joke by the wheel.
Yeah. That's funny. Alrighty. Next up. Next winner. Okay, not Javon again. Reroll. Oh, it's Alex Wolf. It's Alex Wolf, Eric.
Yeah. Congrats, Alex.
Him with his terrible takes. All right. All right, Alex. You don't deserve it with that terrible take, but... You've sent us enough stuff that you got good enough karma to get another spin. All right, let's see. Oh, $10. All right. DM me your Venmo or PayPal.
Nice.
$10 for that awful take. You should have to pay us $10 for that take, man. My only request is you spend the $10 on food at one of the stadiums that you're going on your 30 stadium journey. All right. Next roller. Why is it Trevin again? Nope. Reroll winner. Adam Smits.
Spin says his team is 32-4, and he gets $10.
Yeah. He's very lucky. Very, very lucky.
That's Adam.
All right. We got Adam Smits up. We'll do 5. This is number 3.
How is it broken, Arrow? It landed on something else. How? Like, what do you mean?
He's drunk. We got one mod that won't talk to us. We got Javon. He's pretty cool. Then we got one mod that's drinking alcohol right now. On the job, drinking alcohol. And then all our other mods just don't even show up. So, at least they showed up, I guess. All right. Adam Smits. This is your role. I have to gift a membership. Alrighty. So this membership, Adam Smits is already a member, so couldn't even gift him a membership. Oh no, he isn't a member. He is not a member. Alright, hopefully it goes to him. We'll see though. We'll see. Alrighty. Do I have to do it on my phone? I wish there was an easier way to do it from like the studio.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying that there's not. Like I should just be able to easily click a button, gift a membership. YouTube gets some of the money from that, so why wouldn't they make it early and easy, you know? Doesn't really make sense. Bad business decision, but one of you is going to win a membership.
At Harbor Freight, we do business differently from the other guy.
Accident. All right. There we go. Membership gifting. All right. Gift free of charge. You have 10 memberships left to gift this month? Is this free memberships I can gift? Maybe it might be 5 free memberships. Yeah, I think it's 5 free memberships that I actually don't have to pay for. So, yeah, 5 free memberships. I think. Yeah, there we go. Nice. We got Alex Wolf. Not only does he win $10, he wins a membership. Doesn't even have to spend the $10 on the membership. We got Andrew Bohm, Junie, Michael Romero, and Tyler K. Can't even hook Adam Smits up with the membership. But all you guys owe Adam Smits a thank you. All right? Adam Smits, I can send you $2 for a membership if you want. You can DM me, message me. I'll hook it up. Actually, or I just give away another 5. Yeah, let's give away another 5 since apparently I have free ones this month and I'm probably going to forget. So, 5 more. Can we get Adam Smits the membership he deserves? You have to have a certain setting turned on though, so maybe he doesn't. We got Bryce Cook. We got Jamal Samuels. We got OMIMG, Joker Graham, and Johnny B. No Adam Smiths, man. Brutal. But shout out to you guys. You guys won memberships. Some of you I don't really recognize from chat. You don't type enough. But now your name is green, so now you're cool. So now you have to talk. Would be cool to be a member. I'll PayPal or Venmo you $2. Just let me know what it is in my messages. Twitter, Discord. One of those two places. I already got a freaking PayPal Alex Wolf $10, and he gets a free membership. He's just very privileged. Also, he has a 32-4 team. Eric, how is Alex gonna find a way to complain about winning $10?
Oh, I can't buy anything with it.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Chapel Perilous comes through with 5 more. And it still doesn't go to Adam Smith.
Oh, man, but shout out to Chapel with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you.
They go to Jim Coddington, Pat's Time, Exo, Edgar H., and Cameron Weaver.
Nice. We bring the people out of the woodworks. I love it.
He says, damn it, like he wanted Adam Smith to get it too.
Yeah. I'll listen. Maybe I should donate a membership every stream until Adam Smith gets a membership. I think you have to have a setting turned on though, Adam. So make sure you have that turned on. And maybe we'll just turn this into a running thing where can Adam Smith finally get the membership? Anyway, appreciate Chapel Perilous. Thanks for gifting the memberships. We greatly appreciate it. And if you guys want to win memberships, just Google the setting. I forget what it is. I'll try and figure it out. But the next time we do this. All right, next roller, Elizabeth Allen. You rolled, or did you? Was it the Christmas giveaway? Because we don't do repeats of the last stream. First week. Okay, yeah, we'll roll for you. Nah. If it was first week, you can roll again. But if you want to give it to somebody else, you can. Let us know what your final decision is. I thought it was the Christmas giveaway.
Yeah, just spin for him.
Whoops! I just hit my mic on accident.
Jeez, man.
All right, yeah, spin for you. All right, let's see what we get. Decide a chat poll. All right, you can do that now. You can do that in the future. You can do that on any stream. Just let us know at what point what your chat poll is. This will be a good person to decide a chat poll too, honestly. So.
Great.
You don't sound thrilled.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, and the 5th and final person. Maybe I'll do 6 tonight. Maybe I'll do 6. If we can reach 100 likes, I'll do 6. We got 74 right now. Leave a like on the stream. Easiest way to support. We'll do 6 if we can get 100 likes. We never ask for likes. We need to. All right. Here we go. Choose a winner. Adam Smith's already won. Reroll. Arrow Mancer.
Stop being all pissy now.
Arrowmancer. The people that don't... We got freaking Alex Wolf getting it. We got Arrowmancer getting it. Why is your writing like that? Embarking Box member for 20 months says, hit the effing like button, y'all. Thank you, Embarking Box. And appreciate the censorship so that I could read off your message. That's an OG right there that knows how things goes. All right. Too bad sobriety is not one of the things on the giveaway wheel. Actually, you know what? Let's make sobriety one of the options, Eric. I'll do it instead of the...
Why do we have to make Arrowmancer be sober?
No, it's the wheel. The wheel would be giving him a sign. All right? We'll do it instead of spin again. All right? Will Arrow win sobriety? All right, there we go. Let's spin it, Arrow. Let's see what you get. Tori, I take it back. Your writing is immaculate. The sobriety is a spin again spot. That's what it was before. It'd just be funny if that's what it landed on, but we'll spin it again if that's what it is. All right. Oh, it almost got it. Oh, it's upside down. Participate in a mock or review your big board. The Arrow would be a good one to participate in a mock. We would actually get him on the mic, too. All right, Arrow. Let us know which one you want out of those. It almost hits sobriety. 100% participate in a mock draft. Okay, cool. Are we at 100 likes yet? 76. Bummer. 77. You guys are trying. We got gifted 5 memberships from Chapel Perilous, so we'll do one more. Oh, look who it is.
Nice.
That's crazy.
That's karma.
I promise it is not. I did not do that on purpose. I promise that is completely coincidental. Awesome. Perfect. He deserves it, man, for gifting the membership, so I love that.
Yeah, he does it quite often, so.
Yep. All right, final spin. Chapel, what you getting? Let's see. You get to submit a video question. Nice. Hopefully you're not camera shy. Alrighty. That is our giveaway stuff. Let me fix my mic. Congratulations to those of you who won. If you didn't win, we'll do this again. We'll do it throughout the off season too. It's fun to be able to do this.
Oh, looks like he is camera shy.
Can give that to someone else, anyone who wants. I'll roll again just for you, just because you gifted the memberships, all right? I'll roll again just for you. Or do you want to call in? Because that's like pretty much the same thing, just without the video. Do you want to call in or no? I can give you a call in. Dang. Just wants to give us memberships. Doesn't want to talk to us.
Fine, Chop. No.
All right.
Or
He's just a man of the people. He wants to give it to someone else. Do you want to give your spin to someone else, or do you want to respin? Chapel. We'll go with whatever you want. I know you're a man of the people. Give a spin? Give away a spin? Cool. Or, oh, she said, give a spin to One Piece. Ooh, he's giving it to One Piece. All right. One Piece is your lucky day. That's a good person to give a spin to. He really is a man of the people.
Wow.
All right, One Piece. Oh, gotta gift a membership. Gotta gift a membership. Alrighty.
That would have been funny if Chapel landed on that.
I know, yeah. For real. Alright, let me go back here. Now I have to pay to gift a membership, but luckily, due to Chapel's gifted memberships, I can afford it. Alright, one more gifted membership for the chat. Can it be Adam Smith's?
Sweet Harmony for Adam.
And it goes to D Lil Bestie 0. Gifted a membership. Poor Adam, man. Poor Adam. One Piece says who? You don't know D Lil Bestie Zero? That's an OG, I think. Seen that name for a while. This is how we try and bring out the people who never talk in chat. This is the only way we can figure out some of these names. It's gifted memberships. So awesome. All right. That concludes our giveaway night. Let me fix the cameras. Next stream tomorrow night. Might be going live a little bit late, as I said before. All right. Might be going live at a little after 9. The game will end at 8 p.m. Pacific time, so just hang tight. Might go live at 8. I don't know. We don't know yet. So we'll let you guys know. But
I should be home about 8:15.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Taylor says excited to see Rich on the show. It's been a minute. The plan was to have him on the show, but he's down in L.A. He had to evacuate, unfortunately, due to the wildfires. So, yeah, we will get him back on the show when we can, for sure.
Yeah, Taylor's not paying attention to the stream. Man.
Hey, he's a dude. He really is a full-time mod now. He doesn't pay attention.
I guess that's what happens when you become a mod.
The accidental mod is now a real one. But yeah. Anyway, join our Discord, link in description. Follow us on Twitter. The links are in the live chat too. Shout out to the Nightbot. Yeah, just check out those links. I'm gonna try to post more stuff to TikTok. We'll see if it gets banned in the US. Gonna start trying to post more stuff there. I posted something at halftime this game, so make sure you follow us over there. All right, gonna start doing Throwback Thursday clips. All right, so tomorrow's Thursday. I got some clips queued up, so make sure to follow our TikTok, follow our Instagram. Links to everything should be in the description box below. And anything else, Eric?
Thanks, everyone, for watching. Appreciate you all. Hope to see you back for both streams tomorrow.
Yep. Blazers destroy the Pelicans. 75-point first half. They win 119-100. Move to 23-13 on the year. They almost have 2/3 of the wins they had last year, and they're not even halfway through the year. Improvement, Eric. But they finally got a blowout win to help out their net rating, which is third to last. Their adjusted net rating has been second to last. So, improving those metrics. And worsening their draft pick, unfortunately. So, we'll see if they can win tomorrow against the Mavs. We'll also have picks against the spread tomorrow on our second channel, so make sure you subscribe to that too. Make sure you actually go down to that subscription box and click those links so you can keep up with everything we're doing here at Blazers Uprise. Shout out to BetUS.
How many games there are tomorrow?
I believe there's like 7, 8? Maybe 5? I don't know.
Yeah, 8.
Yeah, 8 games. So I can go 4 and 5.
3 of them start at 4.
Yep. So we'll be live like 3:50 p.m. Pacific time will be the goal on that second channel. We also talk trades and stuff over there. So make sure you go check it out. And then we'll see if the Blazers can go 3-2 on this road trip. They're 2-2. They honestly should have won 3 road games in a row if they didn't blow a 22-point lead at Detroit, which is wild. They could be going for their 4th win in a row on the road. But nope, they choked that lead. Which might be a good thing at the end of the year. We'll see. Anyway, shout out to all of you who won something. If you need to message me for your winnings, then do so. Otherwise, for those of you that won a call-in any time or choose a chat poll, you can do so at any time. And look forward to more post-game streams. We got less than a month till the trade deadline, so we'll have a lot of trade talk coming up, especially if there's any rumors around the Portland Trail Blazers. Really looking forward to that. Anyway, we're out of here. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the post-game show. And until next time, as always, peace out. Go Blazers!